with you. What's the key to kind of, blocking out back-to-back 8 o'clock games and riding the momentum from last night?
Yeah, I mean, can't really use that as an excuse to not perform well. We're going to try to come out and prepare as best as possible and, try to come out with a win.
How much does a win like last night give you maybe even some momentum, pep in your step going into this one?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Colorado's a great team, and I thought we did a great job that game, and everyone had a great effort. So just going to try to replicate that and do the same tonight.
What stands out about Williams' ability to come back from injury and put up a couple?
Yeah, no shock to me. I think he's fresh, he's ready, he's hungry. He's scoring and he's making big plays for us. So it's everything we expect of him, and he's provided a lot of offense for us.
How would you describe how different the mood, the energy around the group is now compared to like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously you don't want to get too high and you want to get too low. That was probably the worst point of the season for us, and this is probably obviously a high note. So we're just going to try to stay consistent, stay level-headed, and just kind of keep it going. But yeah, there's a lot of good energy in our locker room, and we're just going to try to keep it that way.
Last week, Scott Martin played in his former building. Now Matias is going to go. How much does that kind of motivate the rest of the team to have a good showing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that for them it's a little bit different and unique, but I think to us it's just another game and we have to perform and do our best. But yeah, I think we're going to be happy to see what he puts up on the board tonight.
What kind of challenges does Utah provide your group?
Yeah, I think they're really skilled, really fast. A lot of good players up front. Good special teams too. I think their power play is excellent. So we have to do a good job against them and just limit their chances and play good defensively.
What do you think of how Maccelli's been playing lately, Matias?
Really good. I mean, he's skating well, causing havoc. Making some really good interior plays and some really good passes. So he's been a good player for us, and hopefully he can keep it going.
How fast is Bobby?
It's a little unfair, honestly, how fast he is. It's crazy.
A lot of time here, but what's it like being back, especially seeing some faces that you are very close with?
Yeah, it's great. It's a little weird be on that locker room and not on the other one, but it's good to be back. Just try to focus on the game now, and then after the game, say hi to a couple of friends and go on.
Some of them light you up though with texts upon your arrival or today?
Yeah, a couple of them did and told me to keep my head up. So we'll see what happens.
Who will you be keeping your eye on the most tonight on the other side?
Probably Lawson Krause. He's a big guy, so I got to be careful with him. But I'll give it back to him if I get a chance.
Were you chirping him a bit after you got bragging rights last time you saw him?
Yeah, I mean, we were close when I played here, so we go back and forth a little bit. So it's fun.
You know this group. What is maybe what makes them so dangerous? What do you guys have to be prepared for as far as the scouting report?
They're really good off the rush. They got a lot of skill in their lineup. Their power play is good. We just have to make sure we play a good team game and we take care of special teams and just play a solid 60.
What did it feel like last night to beat Colorado?
The whole league talks about Colorado, how good they are. They're not losing and stuff. So it gives us good momentum to go in there and get that win. So it definitely it feels really good.
What stands out about the way William came back from injury playing at the level that he's playing?
Yeah, I mean, not surprised that he came in the way he did. I mean, he's a good player, and we've been playing good together too. So looking forward tonight.
What has stood out over the last 10 games compared to maybe earlier in the season that you've noticed has been different about the group?
When you start winning games, it brings this momentum to the team. Guys are in a better mood. Guys are laughing, chirping, whatever more, and then it just brings in a good mood. And then obviously you still gotta work hard, play well, and be all about business. But it helps for sure.
What do you like about how you've been playing?
Yeah, it's been good now. Obviously getting more ice time too helps. my strength is with the puck and trying to make plays. So it helps when you play a little more and get more touches. And obviously you get to play with JT and Willie, so it makes my life a little easier too.
How much did your time out of the lineup kind of light a bit of a fire on you?
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to play. So, when I was out for a few games, just trying to reset, work hard on practice, and then once I got back in, just gave it my everything.
Knies was saying he's very excited to see what you put on the board tonight. Is this going to be a career high, do you think, for you, and money on the board?
I don't know. We'll see. The guys are going to be all over me, so probably, yeah.
What about the city and this market? Like, what stood out living here? It's a new market.
Yeah, it's great. The fans are unbelievable here, all the way down from the ownership. It's top notch. The new practice facility they got, and the building here, what they're doing, it's really nice. They got a good thing going here.
Lineup changes tonight?
Robertson will be out, so Yarncroc will go in. That's the only lineup change.
Is that an injury?
Day to day. Day to day.
But not considered particularly serious,
No.
obviously. What do you
Decent net. Yeah.
What do you think this one means to Matias?
I mean, it's always coming back to where you played. It's going to be a big game for him, just like the one in Toronto. I mean, maybe a little bit more here because he's coming back. It's not in Arizona, but you know what I mean. Utah. I mean, it's a little different, but it'll be a big game for him. He'll be excited to get going.
You got a couple of back-to-back 8 o'clocks. That's something you don't see, and certainly you're not going to use
Yeah.
that as an excuse. I just wonder what your messaging was for these guys with momentum, late starts, and just keeping it going.
Well, it'll be a mental game today, for me. I mean, the brain and the mental side of things will push you physically, and that's what we're going to need tonight. You got to fight through it, and again, it's imperative we take short shifts again tonight and manage the puck because you're on back-to-backs here, long travel, and late games. So it'll mentally we got to be sharp.
What stands out about the way Williams come back from injury and had these big performances now?
Well, I mean, he just comes back and leaves, plays like he left off, where he left off. Basically, I don't see any different. He, had another strong game again. Just he's just strong on the puck right now, making good decisions with it, skating and working, getting above things, stripping people, all that stuff. Right now, that's what I see in his game, and it's he's getting rewarded for it. With offense.
Matias had quite a long stretch of scratches.
Yeah.
How different is the version of him that you got back after that?
Yeah. Well, it's big. It's a big difference. He's playing with a lot more confidence for sure, hanging on the pucks and making a lot better plays with the puck for me. And defensively, he's been solid. I mean, he's working above things. He's getting above. He's being strong on the puck when he has to be in battles and things like that. But it's confidence that I see in him right now that I didn't see earlier on.
Was there any concern that it could go sideways though, that you might lose the player a little bit when he's out that long? Or
well, it's always a concern, but talking to him and he wasn't making excuses. He knew he had to be better, and he was waiting for an opportunity to be better.
What stands out to you about Utah Mammoth?
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, they've been a good team for a couple of years that I see. I don't, going back to last year, I think they defend really well, and they have some high-end players that can skate, and they're highly skilled. So it's always I always feel it's a hard game. It's a tough matchup.